What's up, y'all? It's the Shaman of Shank back at you with, you guessed it, another one. And man, oh man, we have a cool one today for you. What do you know? Did you guess it? But yeah, this knife I have been wanting for a long time. And if you've seen my past reviews of the CQC8, you would know that I love that knife. And that's what made me curious about this knife, because I was wondering if it was downsized a bit, would I enjoy it? Would this old big EDC lover enjoy a smaller version of it? And I wanted that special factor about it too. And this one's pretty special, at least to me. But let's get into it, guys. The knife that I'm reviewing today is the Headless Horseman. Yeah, guys. Whoa, baby. The Headless Horseman. This is a limited release once a year when they are to release it on Halloween or the week of Halloween, and it is a looker. Absolutely gorgeous, guys. This knife is wonderful, and like, of course, this is a EMERSON Horseman, aka Mini CQC8, except as you see, it's missing something. It's headless. No, it's headless, guys. It's the Headless Horseman. Get it? Yeah. It is something else, guys. Beautiful knife. I've been waiting for this knife for a good while. I've been emailing Emerson like, you guys dropping a Headless Horseman this year? And they did. So let's get into it. And let's start with these grips, the handle. As you notice, they may look a little bit different. That is not your basic G10. And actually, it is G10, but it's been contoured, which means, I guess, it feels great in your hand. Instead of just a flat, it's kind of convex. It's kind of like, contoured to your hand. It feels amazing and has a super cool look to it, guys. Super cool look. It kind of looks like, a Rich Light kind of look, except, it's not Rich Light, it's G10, but it has that woody grain look to it. And it kind of feels like Rich Light a little bit, but it's not rough or grippy, but it does have great texture. Like, it feels great in your hand. There's no, there's no slippage at all. It is slicker, of course, net basic Emerson G10, but it feels great and looks great. Kind of has like a holographic look to it. I know the camera may not be catching that, but it has like, it just is fitting for the theme of this knife. The Headless Horseman, the Halloween release, absolutely macabre. Absolutely looks very menacing, and man, it feels amazing. Grips feel great, and as you noticed, I did open it with my thumb, but you got a flipper on there. Yes, you got a flipper. This year and last year were the first time they ever released this knife in a flipper. Previous years before that, dating all the way back to 2016. They didn't release it every year between 2016 and now, but in 2016 Halloween, they released the first ever Headless Horseman, and it did not come with a flipper. It was just, your basic opening there, but it was, of course, waveless, making it the Headless Horseman. But amazing, guys. And as you know, I love my CQC8, and this blade is just that. It's just brought down from a 3.9 down to a 3.4, and man, oh man, that is awesome. I was really on the fence because I've seen some reviews of people that love the CQC8 saying, yeah, the Horseman's a little bit too small for me. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm probably going to fall into that ballpark if I get one, but no. Dare I say, out of all the Emersons I've held and as many claims as I've made, this might just be one of, if not the best EDC option that Emerson offers. I'm telling you. And I'm not just talking about the Headless Horseman. I'm talking about, the Horseman in general, the Mini CQC8. And I can just imagine having, the Emerson wave there for that, little bit of a thumb ramp, just, adding to it. But I love this being waveless. It's unique. But, like I said, with that flipper action on there, and also with the ability to, of course, do it the OG way with your thumb, I'm not mad at it one bit, guys. It is absolutely deadly looking and sexy. It is amazing. And what else am I going to say about this thing? I had it all worked up in my head, and I'm like, oh, I'm taken back. I'm under a spell from the Headless Horseman. Oh, black magic. But it is gorgeous, guys. And as you see, that blade is coming in Thunderstorm finish. You can get this blade in satin, but guys, it's the Headless Horseman. You got to get it murdered out. You got to get this thing murdered out if you're going to do it right, baby. This thing is an absolute monster. And I mean that. It is absolutely amazing, but it feels so right. And like when I said, this may be one of the best EDC options from Emerson, guys, this knife is just a perfect package. I can't say it enough. The handle, the CQC, I'll break up the full size CQC8 here in a minute to compare it, but the handle is just, I mean, the ergonomics of the CQC8, legendary. This right here just shortens it up and snugs it in your hand. You know, you got a little bit of butt there hanging off the back end, but I mean, and that deep finger choil. And I know that some of that's accredited to the, you know, hiding that flipper, but I mean, just in general, the CQCA is a pretty deep finger choil, but I mean, but man, it just snugs you right in there. You feel super secure and you got plenty of blade, even with that not being the you know, the basic 3.9, that 3.4 feels amazing. I mean, yeah, you feel like you got a 3.5, which I know it's only a point difference, but it feels amazing. And like I said, for everyday EDC task and of course defending yourself, I mean, this knife would definitely excel because I mean, of course, the CQC8 is a born and bred fighting knife. I mean, that was its purpose of being made. But of course, you know, this knife has so many different you know, utility uses, and you know, it can be done up and done dirty many ways, but it is phenomenal. And I tell you what, I'm really glad that they got it right this year. And when I say that, in more ways than one, last year when they released the Headless Horseman, of course, the first flipper version of the Headless Horseman, all they did was put on the, I know you guys can't see that, it's a little dark, but all they did last year was they put Horseman F, you know, for Horseman Flipper. I'm like, guys, it's the Headless Horseman. You got to keep with tradition. You have to keep it the Headless Horseman. And, you know, I made a comment on my last video, and I think I made some comments in previous videos about some badging things like with special releases, but they got it right this year, guys. I know you probably can't even see that. Maybe you can, or just take my word for it. I'm not going to lie to you. It says Headless Horseman on there. Headless Horseman F, to be exact, 4 to indicate its flipper action. But I'm super happy about that, guys. For us old crazies that, you know, want something noted with it being a special release, that right there tickles my fancy. This thing is scaringly good. It really is. This thing is amazing. I was carrying my CQC7 that Tom Ingleson did up for me in some black rich light, and a lot of I think I did a short of it. If you want to check that out, check out my shorts, and you'll check out my short, eat my shorts. No, but check out one of my short videos, and I did a little flash, you know, like I do of that one. It's a gorgeous knife, guys. But let me tell you something. I opened this knife up, and I think this bad boy is about to hog the pocket. I'm not gonna lie to you, it feels absolutely phenomenal. And like I said, that contoured G10 is no longer an option, but the Headless Horseman is still available, depending upon when you're watching this video, on the Emerson website, in Thunderstorm finish and in satin. I believe I checked this morning, I think there's maybe 14 or 12 of the Thunderstorm finish left, and about 33 of the satin. Of course, like I said, depending upon when you're watching this. But definitely, guys, if this knife appeals to you, I don't see how it can't. I would definitely get on there and check it out. But like I said, I really wish, you know, y'all could get that that Contour G10, man, because it just makes it pop. But I said, hey, if I'm going to get the Headless Horseman, and I've been waiting for a long time, I got to get it right. And this thing is done up absolute sexy, dead sexy, baby. And I'll tell you what, I read an article a while back, you know, just wasting time reading up on some stuff, and I came across an article about the Garage 8, which, when I say garage, it is indicating the garage days of Emerson, when he was making knives out of his garage. You know, there was no EKI, there was no Emerson Knives Incorporated. And this knife nearly looks identical to one of the first ever CQC8s that he made in his garage. And I really, let me see if I can find it, because I really want to show you guys that. Hang on one second. I should have already had it pulled up here for you, forgive me. The Garage CQC8, and where are you at? Let me get it. It looks identical, guys. And this knife was evidently made for a SEAL team. Whenever he, you know, first made this knife, he designed pretty much spot on this for, you know, the SEAL team. But look at this, guys. I got to show you this. It is absolutely spot on. Like, look at that. Look at that. I wish I could turn it around so I can get you better, but look at that, guys. I mean, that is a full-size CQC8, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, look at that. I mean, this is before Thunderstorm finish. He has, like, this grayish Thunderstorm look on there. And I believe those are, that's black micarta, thick black micarta on there as well. But that is one of, if not the first ever CQC8 that Emerson ever made. And, I mean, look, I mean, it's like spot on with it, guys. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It is spot on, kind of. And I just noticed that, and I'm like, that is super cool. That, you know, it's kind of like he went back to his roots with the CQC8, you know, with it being waveless, with it having that, you know, the dark thunderstormish, you know, finish. And this thunderstorm is substantially darker from what I see than my other ones with thunderstorm. And just to show you an example in two different ways, the, you know, full size CQC8, and of course you have the Headless Horseman, aka, you know, the same build as your Horseman. I mean, as you see, there's a pretty substantial difference there, guys. I mean, lengthwise and handle-wise. I mean, just looking at the handles, look at that. Looking at the blade, you know, from top of the tang to the tip. I mean, it's pretty substantially different. I love the CQC8 and I love the Horseman, but they are two, I mean, they're the same, but they're so freaking different, but same utility. And this one is so much more friendly than this bad boy, I guess, you know, taking it out. But I'll carry the CQC8 anywhere, any day, anytime. That's not a problem to me, but I mean, look at that. I mean, you can tell kind of the difference. See how the glistening off of that thunderstorm finish? And look at that one. I mean, it's straight matte black, like nearly black. You know, it's different. And I don't know whether they did that special for these releases for the Horseman, but I'm glad they did. Like I said, anything special to make your boy feel special. But yeah, the Headless Horseman flipper for 2025. Man, I really hope they keep cranking these out, guys, because they are amazing. I would say get on there and get one, which you can. You know, depending upon when you're watching this video, you definitely can. Just keep in mind that the Contour G10 is out of stock. So you would have to get the basic G10. But of course, you know, if you want, you know, Tom Ingleson or anybody else out there that you find to, you know, get you some rich light on there, some kind of special color of G10, you definitely can do that. No doubt about it. Yeah, it really does make the knife shine even more. Even though I do love that basic G10 from Emerson, this just really refines this knife. It really sets well in the hand, but I don't doubt that you would love this knife the same if you were, you know, of course, to get on there and get the G10 with it. Absolutely phenomenal. Great everyday carry. Of course, you know, God forbid you're in a situation to defend yourself, this thing will definitely do it. You know, which hopefully that's never the case. Hopefully this bad boy only murders some packages, or you cut some twine or some ropes or whatever you need it to do in that stance. But yeah, if you do need to stick this in some bad guys, there's no doubt that it will do the job and do it willingly. It's the Headless Horseman, guys. It's not playing games. It is a spooktacular knife that even though it's based, you know, in a Halloween theme, it really is so much more than that. This knife is phenomenal. It's sleek. It's wonderful. And I love the flipper action. Look at that. This falls shut smooth, perfectly centered, guys. And of course, you know, you got the basic, you know, Emerson thumb stud on there to flip her open with your thumb. And she's running on bearings. So, I mean, that is amazing too. Guys, the Headless Horseman flipper, I highly recommend it, guys. Like I said, don't let that Contour G10 turn you away from this knife. That can easily be fixed and probably will be around the same price difference of this. You know, if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to leave a comment or message me on here. But yeah, I had to go on here and share it. I've been super excited about getting this knife, and she is going to be haunting my pockets for a minute. She's definitely going to possess my pockets and take them over, and we're going to put her to use and have a good time with her. The Headless Horseman. Guys, I hope you had an amazing Halloween. I hope you went out there, got some candy, got some whatever it is that you do at Halloween, you know, depending upon your age. I know it's frowned upon for us old timers to go trick-or-treating, but we find our own way to have fun, don't we? But let me tell you something. Now that we're beyond Halloween, we can still stay spooky, baby. And just like this Headless Horseman, stay spooky, stay fresh, stay ready, but most importantly, stay sharp.